Hey, Danny, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, doing well, thank you.
Just first thing, I mean, what are you feeling right now? I mean, we saw on the TV the excitement that you guys had after this. I mean, what's going through your head right now?
I think you hit it right on the dot. We're super excited, but we've felt excited for every game. And I know the conversation going back and forth to the hotel and the gym and everything is always, we're going to win tonight. And the same conversation we were just having in the locker room, we're going to win tomorrow. And so we just have to bring it all tomorrow.
For you, I mean, this is your first year here, correct?
Yes.
I mean, did you have any idea that this is what it would look like? Like when you committed here from Niagara, what did you have in mind? And I imagine this has probably exceeded all kinds of expectations.
It's, yep, definitely. It's exceeded a bunch of expectations. And I mean, it's especially hard getting recruited, and you can't visit the place and you can't really meet people in person. But I think the coaches did a really nice job of getting me in contact with some of the players, and I talked a lot to the coaches, and so I had a pretty good idea of what to expect. And like you said, I think it's exceeded all my expectations, and then especially on the court, it's just we've been having a great season. I mean, there's a lot of games that didn't go our way, but I think that these last 3 games, these last 3 days that we've been here, we've really proven that the games during the season were supposed to be ours, and and we're just on a roll. We're gonna keep going.
Yeah, obviously, these 3 games in 3 days, and you had that pause before, but before that, you guys were playing really well too, even in those losses to Colorado State. I don't want to say like what has happened, but what has changed, or is it just kind of the team kind of coming into its own? And what kind of happened?
I mean, we were a little concerned with what it was going to look like coming back from the pause. We didn't really know if, are we going to be rusty or are we going to be rested? And, coming back and playing Utah, we didn't feel very rusty. And we had some great practices leading up to the tournament. It is a little tough to go into the tournament trying to keep a momentum going that you had 3 weeks before. But I think we were really able to, capitalize on that in these last 3 games. So we just want to keep it going tomorrow too.
I think I was talked to you about it. It was after one of the Colorado State games, and you said that was a big moment for you guys. That even though you lost those games, they were really close, and that sort of proved something to you guys. Do you kind of feel like that was a turning point?
I think in a way it was. Colorado State was doing really well at the time, and obviously they did well against us too. But at the same time, we were really hanging in those games, and they were both really close. I think we lost by 6 and 7 or so. So those games were really close, and like you said, I think it kind of showed us, they were beating all these teams, and we almost got them. So we can get anyone. And I think, like you said, we kind of just capitalized on that confidence coming into this tournament. We were able to do that these last 3 days.
Now, I mean, they're a team that was averaging close to 71 points a game, I think it was. They scored 4 points in the first quarter, I think it was. It's 28% from the field for the game. What were you guys able to do to slow them down? And I mean, you did the same thing against UNLV last night too.
Our defense is definitely something that we pride ourselves in. And honestly, there's nothing special to it. It's just we play together, we play with heart. Defense is all about playing hard. It's not about, making fancy plays like a lot of players think it is. It's honestly just about playing together, help the helper, you're talking, you're getting to your spot, you're doing what the game plan is. And that's honestly what it came down to tonight, and that's what it comes down to every night for us.
There was one point in the third quarter where I think they got it down to like 7 something, or they got into single digits, and then I think it was Quinn hit a big 3-pointer, and there were a couple times when that happened last night too, where things kind of got a little bit close and someone hit a big shot. I know maybe the offense isn't always there, but how confident are you guys in those situations that when you guys need it, someone's going to make that shot?
We're really confident in ourselves. Like you said, sometimes we don't score 2 or 3 possessions in a row, but usually we are getting stops. Like you said tonight, they did get it down into single digits at one point, but at the same time, we still have that momentum from earlier in the game. So I don't think it's very discouraging to us. That's just something we have to play through, and we just have to keep going. We're running the floor, and we weren't always getting our first option, but we were getting a lot of great looks. And like you said, Quinn steps up, hits a three, and that's kind of, you're kind of like back on track from that point forward.
Last thing, how do you balance being really excited after this game and knowing that, the prize fight is tomorrow night? Like, how do you balance not getting too high but wanting to enjoy it still?
I think, like you said, you saw a lot of excitement on the team or within the team on the court just now, and it was all genuine. After, in the locker room after the game, we're all super, super excited. The coaches are excited, but it's one of those things, it's a super quick turnaround, so we give ourselves some time, of course. I mean, we're super proud of what we accomplished so far, but we haven't gotten what our end goal is, so we take some time to be excited about this, but honestly, it's a really quick turnaround, so it's kind of like on to the next one. We can't really get too excited now and allow ourselves to carry that on to tomorrow. We have to learn the game plan for tomorrow, and we're already scouting Fresno and knowing what we have to do then. So,
obviously, you played a couple of really good games against them earlier in the year. They're playing really good ball right now. How confident are you going into tomorrow? It seems like you guys feel like you're in a pretty good spot.
We're all very confident. Like you said, a lot of games this year they were really close, and of course, I don't see why we can't play Fresno tomorrow like we played tonight. So, just got to stick with the game plan, do what works, do what we do best, and, play our defense. And I think we're going to win them tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Diney. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Gerald, we'll turn to you. Probably running out of superlatives about this team.
Yeah, just like I said, I'd like to say again, these guys responded. I know they were tired tonight, but the effort that they put out once again for 40 minutes, I can't speak highly enough about them and highly enough about the staff and what our staff's been able to do and put some stuff together, keep it simple so that these guys can pick it up and then us execute it. So I'm proud of our whole program. That includes our medical staff. Meg stays up late. Megan's our trainer and gets these guys work, back, rehabbed and ready to go. So I take my hat off to everybody in our program.
With 3 games in 3 days, is there a secret to keeping your team fresh and motivated, or does that kind of come from within them?
It's coming from within them right now. I know tomorrow's going to be really tough. We were in new territory tonight, someplace we've never been with 3 games in 3 days. Right now, we're going to go 4-4. We don't play a lot of kids. We're a little bit deeper than we have maybe in the past few years. So I know we're going to be tired. I know today they were really tired. I was joking around that the first day we went up and did our COVID testing, everybody was up in the chairs and they're sitting and they're excited. Yesterday was, well, kind of. Today it was literally they're on the floor laying down trying to catch a nap. So they're tired. And tomorrow will be the same, So I'm sure they'll get themselves motivated and ready to play. And I know we'll always play hard. I don't know what we'll have left in it, but I'll tell you what, they'll go down fighting.
Diney said something really interesting. I thought I asked her about the defensive effort tonight. You held them to 20% from the field and scored 4 points in the first quarter. And I think she said something to the effect of, it's nothing special. It's just we play together and we play hard. Is that kind of what you see from you guys defensively? And has that kind of been? It seems like it's probably been the case the whole year.
Well, that's been us all year since day one. That was us last year. We spent a lot of time. We had a lot of new faces this year with who we lost, and I knew it was going to take us a while to replace some of the scoring that we lost. I think we lost like 48% of our scoring from last year. I knew we were going to have to defend. We worked on it, we emphasized it, and right now, it's really, really showing because, I thought with the plan, and once again, there's a plan there, and it has to be executed. But what we did tonight, I thought was special because we took we held Boise, who I got a lot of respect for Boise. Boise is a well-coached team. They have a history of winning. They have a history of winning here. Gordy's a great guy, does a great job, and you know when you can go into tournament and hold somebody like that to 38 points, and I think one of the big things that we talked about. You know, without getting too detailed, is they can't get any easy threes, and they had to work for the 10 attempts that they had, and we were able to walk away without giving up a three. And against a team like that, that's just huge. That's just a huge effort, and it makes what you're trying to do a little bit easier.
With the losses that you guys had from last season to this season, with the scoring load gone. Are you surprised that this team is where it is right now, or did you think that if everything came together, this is where you guys could be?
It's what we shoot for every year. You know, every year what we talk about all year long is, you know, we want to get better and better each game. Obviously, you want to try to win every game you go out, but what we want to do and what all we talked about last year and this year is the win or loss will take care of itself at the end of the game. But what we need to do is just get a little bit better and a little bit better and find ourselves and find out who we are. And, you know, what my goal is as a coach is to evaluate where we are in at the beginning of the season and try to be playing the best and definitely be better by the end of the season. And I thought we were on track to do that. The layoff had me a little concerned. But obviously we've grown, I think, and we've been scoring well. And I've told people all year long, you know, I didn't think the way we were scoring the ball early or shooting the ball early in the season was who we really were, because you see it in practice. You know, you see in practice what we can do, and I think right now, like Diney said, they pride themselves in their defense. The defense is coming a little bit easier to them, and now they're starting to feel confident with their offense over the last 8 or 9 games.
Did you feel, you know, obviously it's Boise State. They had won 4 straight conference tournaments or whatever. I think they beat you guys in 2019 in the final and then took you guys out last year. Did you feel in the locker room that there was a little bit extra excitement? I feel like beating Boise State is probably a pretty big deal.
I think that there was a lot of excitement. You know, you got to understand, believe me, I know how many times Boise's knocked us out of the tournament. I'll be quite honest with you. It seems like it's been every year over the last 10, but I know it hasn't been. But, you know, a lot of our players, they're international kids. It's their first time here. They don't know Boise State's won 4 straight tournaments. They know Quinn and those guys are excited. So, yeah, after I told them, you know, what they have just done, then they I think it just kind of set in on them, and they got excited again. And like I said, they need to be excited. And now, like I told them, I said, unfortunately, the task is on you guys now. You've got a job tonight. What you all got to do is you got to be happy. You got to talk about it. You got to celebrate it for a while. But now you need to go back, get yourself showered, get Meg to get you rehabbed and everything that we need to do and get ready to go. And then you need to try to get some rest because, you know, tomorrow's our 4th in 4 days. And, you know, that's your job tonight. It doesn't end. That's your job tonight. Your job tonight is to try to calm down, try to get as much sleep as you can, and be as ready as we can for tomorrow.
Is there any worry that, you know, with the 4th game, 4 nights, that there's not going to be anything left in the tank, or do you think that you've come this far, there's going to be something? I'm
not going to worry about that tonight, tomorrow, or whatever. I know I don't know what the result of the game will be. We could get beat by 30. We could win by 30, or it could be a knockdown, drag out. But what I know, and because it's happened all year, I know these women will give everything they have to do the best that they can. They will play till they're completely 100% exhausted. And like I said, the win or loss will take care of itself. I'm just proud of the fact of what they've done, and I'm proud of the fact that they will show up and represent who they are and who we are tomorrow.
All right. Thank you so much, Gerald.
Thank you.
Gerald, thanks.
Thanks.